Alright, here we are, another day in the field. We are in North Carolina, Bertie County, right now, far eastern part of the state, hunting the swamplands. And I just got my first North Carolina gobbler after several years of hard hunting and little success. He is a fine looking 2-year-old and put on quite the show coming in at my decoy. I was sitting right there where you are, and he was about 20 yards this way, right behind me. Came in, and it was actually 4 gobblers together, and I had heard them on the roost down the swamp here, and just decided to stay here. Nothing was gobbling a whole lot this morning, but anyways, they came in slowly but surely, not gobbling a whole lot, just every now and then. And there was one point where I thought they might be hanging up out there about 80 yards or so and maybe moving on. I hadn't heard them for a while, 5+ minutes or so, and then all of a sudden a crow lit up and they gobbled, and they were like just out of sight right over there, like 50 yards, and they came on in. But the toughest part about this hunt was the mosquitoes are horrendous. I sat down over there at first and had to be at least 100 mosquitoes buzzing around me, and even here it was terrible too. So I'm very happy that I got this bird, so I don't have to sit there and be tormented any longer. These birds have been tough. We've been hunting them for several years and haven't been able to have any success. Lots of hens, lots of gobblers, but lots of hens, and tough hunting in the swamps. But this is my first time here this year. It's the Tuesday after opening day, and pretty warm, mild this morning, lows in the 60s. But he's got a pretty nice beard, even for a 2-year-old, probably just about 11 inches. But typical 2-year-old. He was the strutter, came on in and put on a little strut performance for me, back and forth, and it was him going back and forth and 3 other gobblers. One of the other gobblers was puffing out, but he was the only one strutting. He was the leader of the pack, and it came right into my decoy, and he was actually behind a pine tree for the longest time, just right here at me, and wouldn't come out of strut. And the other gobbler started walking away. I could have shot them. I was debating on shooting them just to make sure I got one, because it's not terribly open right there, and I knew there was a chance that if he played his cards right, he could walk away without me being able to get a shot. But I wanted to wait, get the strutter. Finally, he came out of strut and started walking, angling away. He came into a lane and his head was down because he was walking away with his head down. But I called, and stuck his head up just enough for me to pop a load in it. So this is a 715 bird here. Haven't heard any other shots. David's up top at the field, I think. And had to cross the swamp this morning. As you can see, I'm not wearing my usual boots. These are my swamp boots / waders. And snuck in here this morning as early as I could. Had to cross through the swamp and come up into here. Heard several gobblers on either side of me down in the swamp. Nothing terribly close. These were the closest, I guess, but they were probably 200 yards away. Maybe less, I don't know. I don't think the gobbles were carrying very far this morning, the sound. But I heard, I think, definitely a couple down here, and these 4 down here, and then 1 or 2 more in John Sharon's property. And then I actually had a turkey fly up right when I sat down here, getting ready to call. I just sat down and a turkey flies up and lands in a tree over there. And then it flew down later on. I don't know what that was about. Lots of happenings here. Oh, and another thing. While I was sitting here, these birds were coming in, heard something behind me. I eased around. There was a deer sneaking through about 40 yards behind me. That was pretty neat, seeing the deer and then the turkeys coming in. Sun rising up. And mosquitoes tear me to pieces, but other than that, pristine morning here. For once, I'm thankful for a breeze. Anything to get these darn mosquitoes away. I do apologize that the screen is slightly slanted. I just heard a gobble. And I had some difficulties getting the camera set for y'all this morning. He's right back there. Not too far. But I got mine. You can only kill one a day. So, signing out here, Bertie County.